Hello everybody, this is Tim with the Nintendo Dads wanting to share a new controller that we got from our friends over at EasySMX. They actually sent me this controller here that I'm sharing on the screen right now. I have it right here in hand. I'll show you guys right here. So right, this one on screen, I have in hand to show it off to you guys. I've already unboxed it out of here and been messing around with it for some time, and I wanted to talk about it with you guys and share why this can be a good alternative, maybe even great alternative to Nintendo's Pro Controller. So let's go back over here so I can share some of the details that they have on their website, EasySMX.com, I believe. But what I wanted to show you was, as you can see right here, it is $26.99 USD. So why is that impressive? Well, let's go over some of the features here. I've been playing with this, and this controller feels great in the hand. Has a lot of the same features as the Pro Controller does, and but a fraction of the cost. So let's go over some of those features, like I said, and we'll also go over some of the things I feel for me are some of the cons to it and why probably it's $26.99. But here we are. We got this blue one like I've got, and then they have the pure white and then the geek black. So you got some options. It's built with this layered feel to it, where it's like got this metallic look, but with a crystal like cover on it. Which I thought was pretty cool, and it is not removable like the other one I have. So the cover at least. So if that's not a big deal for you or anything like that, then no worries about that. But yeah, let's go over some of the other things here. I don't want to make sure I don't get ahead of myself here. One of the things that I was impressed with, and the reason why EasySMX sent me this, is because in the last video about the other product that they have, the this one that I was talking about, this is their other one. I got the other box right here. What's this one called? This one is the X10. So if you want to learn about that one, go back to the video I did on this one. The X10 has some premium features on it, but it didn't have NFC functionality, meaning you cannot use your amiibo with it. And I was like bummed, because I was like, there's a couple things with these controllers, these ones that you can get outside of Nintendo, that I wish they would have. Usually they don't have NFC, and then you can't switch the buttons around if it's a multi-purpose controller, meaning that if I use it for my Switch, but then use it, like I said, the X10 allows me to use it with my PC, so most likely it's got the Xbox controls. Or vice versa. This is actually more PC oriented button layout versus the Switch button layout, right? So I was saying it'd be cool if I could switch those buttons around when I'm using it as a Switch, or even cooler is if there was like a LCD screen behind these buttons, and I could make it, whatever I switch to automatically switch. But that's one of the things that I think there are some controllers out there that do that. I think I've seen, but this, for the particularly what I was looking for, NFC, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if some of these manufacturers could do NFC. And lo and behold, EasySMX came out and said, hey, we got one of those, we'll send it to you, and you can tell everybody about it. So that's what I'm doing. This has NFC, and we'll play around with that in a moment. It also has the 3D Hall effect joysticks on it, so there's not going to be any drift. As far as we know, time will tell, but as of right now, the claim is because of the reasons why we get drift in Joy-Cons was taken away with these new design joysticks. So there's programmable keys, there's the D-pad, which is feels pretty nice. It's not mushy like some controllers have. It's not clicky either. It's got feels pretty good. It's got a pretty good feel to it. But one of the other things that's pretty cool about this is that you can lock it so that you can't go diagonal or do an accidental press somewhere else, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you play games that you don't want to have that button to go anywhere else, or accidental oblique, as they call it here, contact, then you can lock it, which is a pretty cool feature if you're into that type of thing. It does have the programmable keys. It has the 6-axis motion controls. And then it comes with, of course, a cord for you to be able to charge it. So that is a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff for only $27 USD. So that in itself to me is a reason why, if you need any extra Pro controllers, you have people who play multiplayer games with you and they come over on your Nintendo Switch, this is a great way to have. You know, you might want the Pro controller for yourself, but you want to give your friends and family, or your kids even, a Pro controller type controller, then you can you won't feel as bad as spending this much probably as you would maybe others. All right, so with that being said, I went over a lot of this stuff. I don't think there's anything else that I missed. Oh yeah, the 3 turbo speeds, we have that, and then of course the feedback, and then they have other controllers too. But this is definitely made for the Switch, and you definitely want to be able to check that out. So, and there's a Pro version too. I didn't even realize that. What is the difference between the Pro version? Got the Pro controllers. Yeah, so it's the Pro. What did they? I think they told me this. The TF39 Pro has NFC function to realize linkage with Switch. Okay, so the Pro has that. Okay, I'm glad I caught that. Apparently, I have the Pro version, and not the regular version. So that's cool. So we got the Pro version that has the NFC. Oh, it says this is on there. Oh yeah, that's the difference. It was right there. I'm reading it and not paying attention. So, all right. So the Pro version for a little bit more, $33. That's what I have. NFC. Still not bad for $4 more to get the NFC, especially if you use the Amiibos. So let me make sure I didn't miss anything else here. Going quickly over this. So yeah. They have some great controllers, so I highly advise going over to here, and it's even available on Amazon, so go check that out over there. But real quick before I let you go, let's turn off my share screen here and go over to I'm using this to move it around so you can see here, but let me show you the Amiibo functionality here so you guys can see. So I'm going to register Big Man, the big Ray here. Let's see, let's go with that. So, oh, I already have them registered. So, but as you can see, I've used it to test it before, but there I read it and got it all set. And we're all good. So, it's as easy as that. Works just like a regular, Pro controller, Nintendo Pro controller. But again, only $33. And that is what's impressive to me. And the cons to this, before I forget, the only other cons I would have is when I was playing some games that I wanted to quickly capture. If you're used to the Pro controller and where the capture buttons are and the home buttons are to quickly go and take, do the picture, then your muscle memory is going to be thrown off by getting something like this. So just be aware of that. And then the other thing that I found is that it's a tad bit too smooth around the controller. There's no grip feel to it. There's no rubber on there. There's no little, design to help keep it there. So I didn't play it for long periods of time where my hands might have gotten sweaty or anything like that. So I didn't experience anything like that. But that was the only other thing I could think of, is that you might get some slippage, although it's not completely clear on there. It's not like crystal case or anything like that, or really slippery too much, because there is a slight gloss or matte to it. The other things too, if you're looking for any rear buttons, there's none on this controller, and if you're looking for a headphone jack, there isn't one on this one either. So, and kind of surprising considering that you can use this with other devices. So, let me see, supports Switch, Windows, and iOS. So yeah, with iOS, or being even a Bluetooth controller, there was no port here to kind of use potentially for that. But still, $33 if you're looking for NFC in there, because the Pro Controller doesn't have a headphone jack either, and doesn't have rear buttons, customizable buttons or anything like that. So it has a lot of the same features on the Pro Controller, and the buttons are in the same placement as that, with a couple additional features that you can get from third-party vendors like EasySMX. Hopefully I conveyed everything I needed to convey about these things, even my personal cons, but to me still, even with those cons, it's still worth the $33 USD to pick up a couple of these if you need them on hand for playing those multiplayer games. So let me know what you think if you are going to check it out, or if you have these. I'd love to hear about it, and even if you have any complaints about it, we'd love to see those in the comments. Until next time, this is Tim with the Nintendo Dads sharing another controller with you guys, and hopefully that helps you make your decisions on accessories you want to pick up. If there's anything else you want me to check out, also leave those in the comments, and I will see what I can do about checking it out for you. Again, until then, I'll talk to you all either when we do our next podcast or in the next video. Check you later. Bye-bye.